special thanks to Patreon supporter Starfighter 8 for making this video possible. Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is RZ-2 here bringing you another Minecraft Star Wars vehicle tutorial. In this tutorial we'll be going ahead and building the RZ-2 A-Wing Starfighter. More specifically, the design of Blue Leader Taliesin, also known as Tallie Lindra, which was piloted and used by Tallie on the evacuation of Dakar. The A-Wing here is specifically designed to kind of mimic that, color, that color pattern, the camo, or not really the camo, but the design that she had on her A-Wing, which was a little bit different from the standard RZ-2 A-Wing, which was more of a red and white kind of coloring. Hers was blue and white and had a few little red accent markings and everything like that. Unfortunately, Tallie did die on board the Radis when the Kylo Ren used the missiles to blow up the hangar, which was very unfortunate, but still, it was cool to kind of see her A-Wing in action and all that fun stuff. Anyways, this right here is more specifically, as I mentioned, the design for her A-Wing, and of course I'll be doing a tutorial later on for the just standard RZ-2 A-Wing, which is practically the same thing, just a different color. So anyways, this is a Patreon requested vehicle, and I want to go and give a special thanks to Patreon supporter Starfighter 8 for going ahead and making this video possible. With his small donation on Patreon, every month he earns a vehicle of his choosing. So if you guys are interested in supporting the channel more than you guys already do, feel free to go ahead and head over to my Patreon page, link is down in the description, and take a look at it and see if it's something that you want to actually sign up for. Other than that, guys, let's go ahead and take a look at the build itself, see what we got going on, and of course we'll move into the tutorial. So starting off with, you can see obviously the blue and white kind of camo scheme designed with the A-Wing. Pretty nice design overall for it, very sleek. As you can probably tell, it's a lot sleeker than the original A-Wing, and it's also a lot more kind of narrower, I guess, in that sense as well. The other A-Wing was more of kind of like a wedge, kind of like a little fat wedge shape, and this one is a little bit different from that. It has a whole new different cockpit design as well. You can see obviously the blue color markings and stuff like that all on our A-Wing. The two engines on both sides, of course, and just a little bit of detail here and there. And we got the guns, of course, on both sides, the blaster guns, cannons. Anyways, that's pretty much in it for the overview of Tallie Lindra's RZ-2 A-Wing. Hope you guys do enjoy this tutorial, but without further ado, let's go ahead and move into the tutorial by starting off with our first layer. We're actually going to start off with layer 2, so we're going to start off with layer 2. Anyways, let's move on to layer 2. Alright guys, so moving on to our first layer, we're going to go ahead and start off with layer 2. Like I do for most of my aircraft tutorials, we're going to be going ahead and building half on camera, half off. Basically what this means is I'm going to be building half the build on camera, and then it's up to you guys to copy the air side over before moving on to the next layer. It's very simple. This aircraft is completely symmetrical on both sides, so whatever we do on one side, you're going to do to the air side. Pretty simple, and of course I'll show you guys the center line, how to do that, and pretty much it's pretty straightforward from there. Anyways, let's go ahead and get started. Now the first thing we want to do is you want to go ahead and start off with placing down a row of 5 here of quartz top slabs, where they're going to place down an iron trapdoor on the end of the quartz top slabs in whatever direction we want our A-Wing facing. As you can see with this version here, we're going to have this facing the same direction as this one, so we're going to have our iron trapdoor on this end facing that direction. After these 5 quartz top slabs in the air direction, we're going to place down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 quartz full blocks, followed by a stone brick stair right behind it. Now, if you are wanting to build this thing landed, I will show you guys real quick how far off the ground you're going to need this to be. You're going to want to make sure that this is a total of 2 blocks off the ground. We can see here, for example, that the orange wool here will represent our ground level, wherever this thing is going to be seated, the ground level. And you can see right here we have our 2 block space. We're going to need that much space off the ground from layer 2 to go ahead and make sure that this thing will sit on the ground. So once you have that sorted out and you made sure you're in the right place, if you're especially having this thing landed, then we're good to go. Anyways, continuing on, they're going to go ahead and go to this iron trapdoor back up to the front here. We have in the center row on each side of it. We're going to place down a narrow iron trapdoor, followed by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 quartz top slabs back like that. And we actually want to go ahead and go to the 4th and the 3rd stair right here, or the top slab. We're going to break those 2 top slabs. We're going to place down a quartz stair facing this direction. Yeah, actually, my bad. Facing this direction. And then we want to place down an air quartz stair right behind it, facing that direction like that. So we create a corner stair and a stair like this with its back facing toward the sides. So it's going to look something like that on the bottom. With that finished, we're then going to place down a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 quartz full blocks going back, followed by a stone brick upside down stair on the end here. Going off to the sides again, back up to the front, we're going to place down a stone top slab on either side of those quartz top slabs. We then want to place down 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 stone top slabs back. We're then going to grab ourselves blue wool. We're going to place down 1, 2, 3, and 4 blue wool blocks, followed by 1, 2, and 3 quartz full blocks. After that's complete, we're going to go ahead and again take our quartz stairs. We're going to go ahead and go to the quartz top slabs. We're going to go to this last stone top slab here. We're going to place down a quartz top slab coming off of it. We're going to go ahead and go back 1 and 2. We then want to place down 2 stone top slabs, and then we're going to follow that up by placing down a quartz full block after that stone top slab. So a quartz full block like this, followed by 1 and 2 back. On your third one here, we're going to go ahead and take a stone bun. We're going to place it down on the side here like that. After we have that done, we're then going to place down 1, 2, 3, 4 more quartz full blocks back. We're then going to place down a stone bun again on both sides, and then a block of quartz going back like that. So as you can see here, you should have something that kind of looks like this on the back section here. You can see here that they stick out 5 past this kind of row right in here in the middle. So 5 blocks past like that. Then we want to go ahead and go back out to the sides here and place down 2 more stone top slabs coming off those 2 stone top slabs right there, followed by a quartz top slab going toward the front. And then lastly for this layer, we're just going to place down 2 stone top slabs, just like that, on both sides. So we should get something that looks just like this for the base of the vehicle for layer 2. Anyways, once we have that all done, that's going to do it for layer 2. Let's go ahead and move on to layer 1. Alright guys, so going ahead and moving on to layer 1. Layer 1, very simple. We're just going to go ahead and go to the bottom section right down here. We're going to go ahead and go to this quartz full block on the very back here. We're going to place down a quartz upside down stair. We then want to place down 1, 2, and 3 quartz full blocks going toward the front, followed by another quartz upside down stair for the back vertical stabilizers. We're then just going to place down a stone button here on either side of this first quartz full block, coming off the back of this very last quartz upside down stair. And once we have that all complete, that's going to do it for layer 1. Let's go ahead and move on to layer 2. Alright guys, so moving on to our next layer, we'll be going ahead and moving on to layer 3. For layer 3, we're going to start off by taking a stone brick stair. We're going to place it down on the center iron trapdoor right here. So just a stone brick stair right on top of it like that. We then want to place down 2 stone slabs coming off the front of the stair toward obviously the front of our aircraft. On the back of this stair, we're going to place down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 quartz full blocks. We're then going to leave a space of 3 if you guys want to have some kind of interior space. We're going to leave a space of 3 right here. We're then going to place down another quartz full block, a polished andesite block, and then a chiseled stone brick full block on the end here like that. Going over to our next row to the side, we're going to place down a 2 stone slabs on the side of these 2 stone slabs as well. We're then going to follow that up by placing down a stone brick stair, followed by 1, 2, and 3 polished andesite blocks. We then want to place down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 quartz blocks back, followed by 1, 2, and 3 polished andesite blocks back. Once we have that complete, actually my bad, we just want to place down, we're just going to place down one quartz block right here, so we're going to extend this row by 1, so now we have the 8 quartz full blocks, and then we're going to place down a polished andesite block, and then a cobblestone wall on the end there. My bad on that one. We then want to go ahead and go to our next row out to the side. We're going to place down again, going up here to the front, we're going to place down 2 stone slabs on the sides here, stone brick stair after it. Behind the stair, we're going to place down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 quartz full blocks. After we have that complete, we actually want to go ahead and switch this up right here. These 2 quartz full blocks in the front here, we're actually going to switch to 2 quartz top slabs like that. Going back here to this section, we're going to place down 1, 2, and 3 polished andesite blocks back, followed by 1, 2 quartz full blocks back. We're then going to grab ourselves gray wool. We're going to place down a gray wool block with a stone bun on the side and also on the bottom of it as well. With that complete, we're then going to go ahead and skip a space right in here and then place down another gray wool block on the end here. Again, a stone bun on the side and bottom of the block. After that's finished, we're then going to go ahead and go to our next row out to the side. We're going to need to grab ourselves some cobblestone walls. We're going to place down a cobblestone wall coming off this second quartz top slab, followed by 1, 2, and 3 back. We then want to place down 1 and 2 quartz full blocks, followed by 3, 4, and 5 quartz full blocks back. We're then going to place down 2 polished andesite blocks. We then want to place down 2 glowstone blocks, followed by a yellow stained glass block, just like that. Once you have that done, that's going to do it for that row right there. Our next row out to the side, we're going to go ahead and go to this second quartz full block right here. We're going to place down a cobblestone wall come off the side of it, followed by 1 and 2 quartz full blocks. We then want to place down a gray wool block, followed by a cobblestone wall like that. We're then going to place down 1 and 2 polished andesite blocks, and we want to place down stone buttons around on the side here, this polished andesite block, and also on the bottom. We then want to place down 1 and 2 quartz full blocks, followed by a gray wool block with, again, stone buttons on the bottom and the side. We're going to skip a space, place down a narrow gray wool block with stone buttons on the bottom and also on the side, like so. After we have that done, we're going to go back here to these 2 stone top slabs. We're going to place down a polished andesite block right here, and then a gray wool block like that. Lastly, we have to go and put our gun on, so very simply, we're going to place down a cobblestone wall coming off the polished andesite block, followed by a polished andesite block going back like that, and a gray wool block going toward the front. We then want to grab ourselves a skeleton skull. We're also going to need a tripwire hook and also some end rods. We're going to go ahead and place down a skeleton skull on the polished andesite block and also the gray wool block. Come off the skeleton skull attached to the gray wool block. We're going to place down a end rod just like that. And we also want to place down a tripwire hook on the side of the polished andesite block and also a stone button coming off this gray wool block. Once you guys have that all complete, that is going to do it for layer 3, and with that we can go ahead and move on to layer 4. Alright guys, so moving on to our next layer, we have layer 4. For layer 4, what we want to do is you want to go ahead and start off by going ahead and going to these polished andesite and quartz top slabs, this first row right here. We're going to place down a row 3 of white wool in the center, followed by a blue carpet on both ends. We're then going to place down another white and another row 3 of white wool or white carpet in the center, followed by again a blue carpet on both sides. In the center, we're going to place down a white carpet, followed by a quartz half slab on either side, and then a blue carpet on both sides. We then want to place down a row 3 of quartz slabs, followed in the center, followed by a blue carpet on both sides. Again, same thing, a row 3 of quartz half slabs and a blue wool or a blue carpet on both sides. When we get to this section here, we're going to place down a light gray stained glass block in the center, followed by a quartz slab on both sides, and then a blue carpet coming off the sides. We then want to go ahead and continue on. From this line of blue wool here, we're going to place down 1, 2, 3, and 4 stone slabs that go back. Along the side here of these stone slabs, we're going to take our light gray stained glass full blocks again. We're going to place down 1, 2, and 3 blocks along the side here, leaving a space in the middle. We then want to place down a quartz stair after this light gray stained glass block like that on both sides again. In between the stairs here, we're going to place down a light gray stained glass block in the center, followed by a second stair or a second light gray stained glass block that goes back, followed by 2 quartz slabs out to the sides. We then want to continue this on by placing down a polished andesite block in the center, a quartz block on both sides, followed by a quartz half slab out to the sides. Continuing on, we're then going to go ahead and place down a row 3 of stone brick half slabs across the top here, the polished andesite, or the chiseled stone brick and the cobblestone walls. And then we're just going to place down a stone brick stair like this on both sides, and we have our kind of center section built up in here. We also want to go ahead and go to these 2 gray wool blocks. We're going to place down 2 stone buttons, and also these 2 right here, we're going to place down stone buttons on those. Once we have that done, we're going to go ahead and go to our next kind of row over. We're going to go ahead and grab ourselves some blue wool again, and also some blue carpet and also some red carpet. These last 2 stone slab full blocks, we're going to place down 2 blue wool carpet coming off of it, followed by 2 red carpet, and then 2 blue wool just like that. After that's finished, we also want to take stone buttons, and on top of the gray wool block and the polished andesite block, we're going to place down stone buttons like so. With that all complete, we want to place down a quartz stair that's going to basically come off this blue wool carpet right here like that, so a quartz stair like that. We then want to place down a quartz full block behind it. We're then going to grab ourselves a blue wool block. We're going to place down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 blue wool blocks back. A stone button on this blue wool block right here, so the second to last on both sides, just like that. And once you guys have that all finished, that is going to do it for layer 4. And with that, we can move on to layer 5. Alright guys, so moving on to layer 5. Layer 5 is a layer I'm going to go and pretty much do all on camera. It's a pretty simple layer, so we're just going to go and basically go right into it. So to get started here, over this space right here, we're going to place down a stone slab like this, so it kind of goes back from this light gray stained glass full block at an angle like that. We then want to place down 1 and 2 light gray stained glass full blocks behind the slab, followed by 2 light gray stained glass panes on both sides like that. After that's complete, we're going to place down a polished andesite block there in the middle, followed by a quartz upside down stair on both sides. And actually that polished andesite block we're actually going to switch out for a light gray stained glass block. We then want to go ahead and place down a polished andesite block in the center here, followed by a quartz stair like this on both sides. We then want to place down another polished andesite block back, followed by again a quartz stair on both sides, and on the end of this quartz full block we're going to place down a stone button like that. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to go out to the basically the vertical stabilizers. We're going to place down 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 blue wool blocks on top like this. We're going to take our stone buttons and place down a row of 5 of stone buttons across these sides like this, and it's the same thing over here on this side. It's just like this, and then again a row of 5 of stone buttons along the sides here, just like that. Once you guys have that all finished, that's going to do it for layer 5 of that. Let's go ahead and move on to our last final layers, layers 6 and 7, to go ahead and basically finish off the in-flight version, and then we'll move down to adding the landing gear on and pretty much finish this build off. Anyways, let's go ahead and move on to layers 6 through 7. Alright guys, so going to move on to our last final layers, we have layers 6 and 7. For these layers, we're going to go ahead and start off by going to the cockpit section. We're going to place down 2 gray carpets, one on top of that light gray stained glass block, and one on top of this polished andesite block, and then a white carpet on top of that last polished andesite block. With that finished, we're then going to go and go to our vertical stabilizer. We're going to place down a stone brick stair like this on both ends, facing each other like that, with their backs facing each other. And then a row of row 3 of blue wool in between the stairs, and a stone button on coming off the either side of that center blue wool block. And then we just want to place down a row of 3 of stone slabs across the top. Same thing over here on this side. Stone brick stair like this on both sides, a row of 3 of blue wool, and a stone button on both sides, with a row 3 of stone slab blocks on top. Once you guys have that all done, that's going to basically do it for the in-flight version of Tallie's A-Wing. We're going to go ahead and move on to the landing gear. So if you want to make this thing landed, we can easily go ahead and do that. So if you want to build this thing landed, go ahead and stick around. If not, you guys are pretty much good to go. But anyways, let's go ahead and move on to the landed version. Alright guys, so go ahead and put the landing gear on. It's very simple to do. All we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and go to the bottom here, and as you can see, we have a 2-block space in between the very bottom here and the ground. You can see with the vertical stabilizers on the back here, you can see the bottom one stick 1 block off the ground. Yeah, make sure that's correct. If not, your aiming is going to sit down properly, so very important that you guys make sure that's correct. But anyways, to go ahead and put the landing gear on, it's very simple. We're going to go ahead and go to these 2 quartz slabs right here. We're going to go ahead and break those quartz slabs out. We're going to go ahead and place down a cobblestone wall, come off the first slab, or the first kind of space right in here. We then want to go ahead and go directly below this, and we're going to place down a stone brick stair facing that direction. On top of that stone brick stair, we're going to place down an anvil like so, with a skeleton skull on both sides of the anvil. We then want to place down another upside down stone brick stair, come off the face of this stair, with a sign on both sides of it, just like that. We also want to place down a sign here on both sides of the anvil that don't have the skeleton skulls. And we also want to go ahead and grab ourselves a tripwire hook from the side here, and we're just going to place down a tripwire hook here on the back of this stone brick stair. And that's going to do it for the front landing gear. The rear ones are pretty much exactly the same, except the location that we're actually going to put them. So we're going to go ahead and go after this row of 4 here blue wool. We're going to break these 2 quartz full blocks directly behind it. We're going to place down a cobblestone wall like this, with a stone brick stair directly below it, anvil with 2 skeleton skulls on both sides, tripwire hook on the back of the stair, signs here on the sides here of the anvils that don't have the skeleton skulls, signs also on the side of the stone brick stair here, and a stone brick stair facing that direction like so. And it's going to be the same thing. You're just going to take that leg right there, flip it over to the air side, and once you guys do, you'll have the landed version of Tallie's A-Wing. Anyways, guys, that's going to do it for this tutorial. Hopefully you guys did enjoy. If you guys do use this design, I do ask that you guys give me proper credit for it. This may be anything from a silent build to link to my channel or this video if this does appear in social media sites. Just be sure I get proper credit for the build. That's all I ask for doing these tutorials. It helps my channel grow, and it continues to keep me inspired to keep on posting these videos. So as long as you guys give me credit for it, you're free to use it for whatever projects you guys are working on. Other than that, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. Again, special thanks to Starfighter 8 for his support on Patreon. And yeah, and other than that, guys, I will see you guys next time.